This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. Governor of Nigeria's Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele, has blamed insecurity for the country's inflation. The governor says rising inflation, which has risen to 17.33% at the end of February from 16.47% the previous month, was due to insecurity. He also attributed the hike in petrol pump price, electricity tariff, and naira depreciation to inflation. On Tuesday, while presenting the communique from the Monetary Policy Committee meeting, Emefiele urged stakeholders to collaborate with the federal government to tackle the challenge. The governor said while the bank was making significant intervention in the agricultural sector, insecurity was limiting supply to the market. The decline in purchasing power has increased for the 18th consecutive month, and the CBN chief blamed unsafe food producing areas. Emefiele said CBN will continue to use its intervention programs to boost food security in the country. Kenya government has ordered the closure of refugee camps. Local media report the Kenyan authorities have given the United Nations Refugee Agency UNHCR a 14-day ultimatum to close one of the world's largest refugee camps at Dadaab. Kakuma camp in the northwest has also been listed for closure. The directive to shut down the two camps was communicated to UNHCR representative in Kenya, Fathia Abdallah. The government has threatened to forcibly repatriate Somali refugees living at the Dadaab camp to the border if the deadline elapses. Kenya says it is taking that step because of national security threats posed by some of the refugees that it says are linked to the Somalia-based militant group Al-Shabaab. Interior Minister Fred Matiang'i is quoted as saying Kenya must strike a balance between its international obligations and her domestic duty. In another news, Kenya Doctors Union says hospitals have run out of ICU beds amid COVID-19 surge. Several doctors have been sharing their experiences on social media, describing heartbreaking scenes in hospitals across the country. Kenya's Director General for Health, Patrick Amoth, told a media briefing on Tuesday that a national study had found the presence of coronavirus variant first detected in South Africa and the UK. Dr. Amoth said most of the South African variant have been picked from their border with Tanzania. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Libya's rebel administration has handed over power to the country's new interim government based in the capital, Tripoli. Two warring administrations led by Khalifa Haftar and Fayez el-Sarraj, respectively, had ruled the western and eastern regions. A new government of national unity led by Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Beba and backed by the United Nations was sworn in last week in Tripoli to replace the two rival administrations that have been fighting for control of Libya since the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron said on Tuesday France will reopen its embassy in the Libyan capital next Monday. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.